So I had a stream earlier on today, which was a lot of fun. Probably the most fun I've had in a stream in a long time. Mainly because there weren't any technical issues bogging me down. The battles I had were decent, and I got a good amount of them, so I've got stuff to upload, which is nice to have, certainly. And it was flowing. I felt like it was like a stream should be, flowing, swift as a coursing river, and yeah. It was great. So I'm going to present to you one of those games from the stream today against Alfredogx, and it was OU. So let's jump into it and see how much fun we had, slash didn't have, slash how the game went, I guess. So he's going to lead off with Hydreigon, which I, of course, don't know what variety it is right now. Smashes me with a flamethrower, which I know I can live, not particularly well, but I do have regenerator, so that is a thing that I can rely on later on. Decide I'm going to stun spore him as opposed to sporing. I thought that, you know, crippling him on the speed department would be nice, and I wanted to kind of spore something else on the team, so I'm going to paralyze the Hydreigon and then see what else I can put to sleep later on. But for now, I'm definitely going to switch out, just in case he wants to stay in and finish me off with another flamethrower. I can't really do anything to him, because all I have is Hidden Power Fire and Giga Drain, both of which he resists. So I go into my Curum Black to resist the flamethrower, but he pulls a double as well, goes to Jolteon, and actually is a good matchup for me. It's a really good matchup, because Jolteon doesn't really threaten Curum Black. I resist his stab in form of Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, whatever he wants to go for, and turns out he is Volt Switching out on me. And I also learned that he has Life Orb, so a nice thing to know for later on that he isn't a Specs variety. Decide to go for the Dragon Claw, because I'm not locking myself in on Outrage this early, plus I don't want to be going for a Fusion Bolt on the Jolteon just in case it didn't stay in. So Dragon Claw was the middle ground, and it kills the Miss Mages, which is pretty fantastic, and I'm kind of seeing at this point he doesn't like have any Steel types, and yeah, his team doesn't deal well with Black Kyurem. He doesn't have things to switch in on Dragon Claws or Outrages, so nice info to keep in mind, and I definitely want to protect Black Kyurem for later on, because he could be a huge asset for me. So go into Gliscor on the obvious fake out from Ambipom, which I just take well because it's Gliscor, and the physical defense is strong with his scorpion's hands and wings and whatever have you. Take the opportunity now to set up Stealth Rocks as he U-turns and goes into Virizion. Now, Virizion, the reason it would come in on a Gliscor is, of course, because it is going to Hidden Power Ice me. So I want to get out of there. Don't want to be taking HP Ices to the face. I decide that Jirachi is a nice switch in, not only because I resist both his Giga Drain and his HP Ice, but I can hit him with a Stab Psychic, which would be particularly great and do well for me. However, he decides to Taunt, which I guess is okay, that's fine. It kind of just shuts me down in terms of Calm Minding and Substituting, so I can't do either of those. But I can still Psychic, and that was kind of what I wanted to do anyway. I just wanted to weaken this Virizion, because I think Virizion's probably the only thing that could have switched in on Black Kyurem on his team and lived a hit, and then outspared and hit me with like a Secret Sword or something of that effect. But he decides to just stay in, go for the Focus Blast, and yeah, I guess he's running Focus Blast, not Secret Sword, so yeah. Whatever. I switch out into my Starmie. Now, the reason I did this is because I thought he might go into his Hydreigon to just be immune to my Psychic. And so I go into Starmie just to threaten Hydreigon with Ice Beam. But Starmie is also a dual-purpose switch, because if I get the prediction wrong, I don't really lose anything, because he's probably going to go for Focus Blast again on my Jirachi, and that's exactly what happened. So I take a little bit of damage. I do have Recover on that Starmie, though, so I can go back to it later on and push my HP back up if I wish to. However, perfect opportunity now, because I have Starmie in, to switch in Amoonguss, because I know I'm not going to take much from the Giga Drain, and it just gives me a chance to get another Regenerator boost going in. So I can come in, you know, take the Giga Drain, and then switch back out again, and I'll be fine. But he decides to taunt me. I just, in the instance between Jirachi being taunted and everything else happening, I forgot he had taunt, so I just kind of whiffed on that one. I tried to go for the Spore and ends up not being very effective because, well, it can't be used because I'm taunted, so obviously ineffectual if that is the case. And I do have Hidden Power Fire, so I probably should have just gone straight out for the Hidden Power Fire initially instead of trying to Spore, but hey, don't really lose a huge amount. I do manage to fire off a Hidden Power Fire on the Jolteon, and then Jolteon Heal Bells, and now my brain fell out of my head onto the floor and is just walking away. Because, what? Yes, that happened. I have never seen that before, and especially he has Life Orb Jolteon, and he's still running Heal. That's cool. I'm not knocking it. Look, I'm not knocking Heal Bell Jolteon. It worked in this situation because his Hydreigon is no longer paralyzed. But wow, that's really interesting because, I mean, all the evolutions have access to Heal Bell, so you can use it on an offensive Pokemon. It's kind of a similar thing to running Rapid Spin on, like, Starmie or something, like a more offensive Pokemon running a traditionally defensive move, which is kind of cool. But regardless of all that, I am able to finish him off. Now, people were asking, why did you bother putting him to sleep if you're just going to kill him anyway with Giga Drain? The reason I did that is because if I put him to sleep and then kill him with Giga Drain, I get an extra turn of Black Sludge. Just gives me a little bit more healing, and it's always good to take advantage of those kind of situations. If you can do it, go for it. And that's what I did. So I get an extra turn of Black Sludge for free. And hey, doing well. Now, I'm going to switch into Starmie as he brings in his Kingdra, which I was pretty sure it was going to go for the substitute, but I thought, you know, if he subs, it's fine, he can DD, I can just keep going for Ice Beam, keep breaking sub, and he decides he's going to keep substituting, which I'm not quite sure why. He probably should have just gone straight out for Outrage or something, but he decided he's going to keep subbing and subbing until maybe I die to a Waterfall, but unfortunately, he doesn't kill me with Waterfall, leaves me on 10 HP, and I am actually going to be able to die to Life Orb Recoil after finishing him off with an Ice Beam. So that is the Chronicle of Starmie versus Kingdra finished off. Now we're going to start the Chronicle of Breloom versus Hydreigon, which works out in my favor because he decides he's going to go for Dragon Pulse as opposed to Draco, allowing me to live a hit and Spore the Hydreigon. Now, yes, this is a Poison Heal Breloom, not a Technician one, so I'm running Focus Punch and not Mach Punch, which is why, obviously, I didn't go for it on the Hydreigon straight away, because I don't have it, because I'm not that Breloom, I'm the other one. And I'm just going to go straight up for that UFP. My man, got to get some UFP action in there and destroy Hydreigon utterly and completely. Fantastic. I do love traditional Breloom, and any excuse to use it again is good. I'm glad that he still has a place somewhere. Now it goes into Ambipom, which of course Gliscor is a one-stop shop if you want to stop Ambipoms doing anything to you. So that's what I go into. Take the fake out decently, and then the double hit, okay, not particularly well. I'm down to half HP, but I actually thought he was going to switch out, which is why I went for U-turn. Doesn't really make a huge difference because Gliscor's still got enough HP to deal with Ambipom if it does want to come back in, but can go back to Amoonguss, and of course the thing that I put to sleep is once again dead because I killed the Hydreigon with a Focus Punch, so I can put something else to sleep, which I decide is going to be this Ambipom, and a double hit can only take me down to half HP, leaves me with a nice amount, and of course I can go get Regenerator again if I want to, but didn't feel the need. So I think, I'm not sure if I just stayed in here and Giga Drained it. No, I switched out. I went into Jirachi because if I go into Jirachi, I position myself to just finish off the game with Psychic because I can kill the Ambipom from this range. I think if I can't, then he can't really do too much to me otherwise. And also Virizion is weak to Psychic. So Jirachi is going to have the last laugh, one might say, or the last mind-bending, boggling move. Because that's what Psychic is. It uses the mind to twist and turn and bend spoons and bend forks and bend and meld and minds and goo and things. Yes. Yes. I think my brain really did walk off after the heal bell because I haven't been making sense since. I haven't been making sense since it walked off through the door. So I'm going to continue to not make any sense. I think he missed a Focus Blast there. Doesn't matter because I could have killed him in other ways. I have many torturous ways with which to kill. Oh, there, he missed it there. There you go. There you go. There's your Focus Blast miss. Happy now? No? Well, it shouldn't be because why would you? Hey, that was the game. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. It was a good time. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you are, of course, very free to leave a like down below. That helps me excellently and greatly and would be highly appreciated if you did enjoy it. Otherwise, I will probably see you guys tomorrow for another One Take Tuesday. But until then, sayonara and have a good day. Goodbye.